Bonjour, mes amis. Je suis John Nash, et je suis ici avec Gene Robinson. This is the Care Don't Care. I'm John Nash, replacing the irreplaceable Kid Nate. I'm here as always, joined with the urbane, the elegant, the erudite, Eugene S. Robinson, author of a book and
several books.
Yes, several books. Also has an album that was awesome last year. We wait for the next one. Put some pressure on him to get back in the studio.
The next one will be a record by this band Buñuel that I work with in Italy called.
Wait, named after the director from the
artist? Yeah, of course. And it's called The Easy Way Out.
So you're gonna take your album cover is gonna be an eyeball slicing with ants.
It's a stairway to death. but you're not supposed to know that. That's a secret.
Okay, no one tell. That's a secret, people. Yeah, right. So we are back as always, and you can tell the quality of the card because Nate Wilcox is not here.
That's pretty much a canary in the coal mine. Yeah, you guys handle it. I got to reprimer the Jeep. You know.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work to do. He's got I got to do an oil change. I'm really busy today. Yeah. But actually, no, I take that back. Today's card for fight fans, the guys that kind of know who's fighting, is actually pretty good. There's some solid fights.
Yeah, right.
But this is gonna bomb. This is gonna bomb in the ratings.
Yeah. It will. Wait. Disclaimer. Crybabies, bedwetters, malingerers, grumblers, greedy bread gobblers. Malingerers. I get malingerers in there. This has less to do with your skills and talents as a fighter and much more to do with the marketing heft and weight that WME, IMG, and the bald one put behind you. If you don't like being on the don't care card, on the don't care side of the card, fight an exciting fight and we'll move you to the care card. Until then, don't come crying to us, crybabies and bedwetters. And greedy bread gobblers. And
don't forget the greedy good. I got yelled at once. I forgot that.
Yeah. So so there you go. And it's possible Israel. This last fight, he moved from a big don't care to a care.
Yeah, that's how it works. You know.
I should put Paul Felder, previous don't care, move to a care.
And I should put my thing for me. It's the fights that really matter are the relevant fights. So when I say I don't care about a fight, people get, oh, you don't care about the fighters and stuff. I mean, that fight is not enough to make me go out. I'll watch it if it's on TV. I'll sit through anything. I'm a degenerate, like everybody here. But the fights, I'm talking about the fights that really, I have to see how the sport, let me put that in quotations, the sport is progressing. So stop yelling at me, you freaks on the Twitter.
Okay, but we do realize, let's be honest with each other. The sport is not progressing, so this is all moot, but let's go ahead with it.
Yes. And we just lost 2 viewers, so that tells you how they're going. Okay.
That's all right.
So our first fight of the night, this Saturday, it's the name of the show is UFC on Fox, Emmett versus Stevens, from Orlando, Florida, Amway Center. The preliminary card is on UFC Fight Pass, so it's well worth your $8 a month. Apparently, $10 a month.
$10. I canceled that quick. It sucks.
Yeah. So if you saw my eyes roll, I might be too dark in here to see the eye roll, but it was an eye roll. But the first fight, we have a bantamweight fight: Albert Morales versus, Manny Bermudez.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't care.
Yeah. Either do I really. Flyweight fight: Eric Shelton versus Alex Perez.
I don't care either.
Okay. Bantamweight fight: Rani Yahya versus Russell Doane.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to look. Yahya, I kind of like him.
Yeah, not bad.
No, but I don't know this cat he's fighting, and I don't know. I don't know if it's enough to get me out of the kitchen.
Yeah, his opponent had a very rough patch, and I think he won his last fight, but I think he was 0-4 before that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I love the grapplers, but I don't care.
Yeah, it's not enough to get me to tune into Fight Pass.
Yeah.
Next fight, a light heavyweight fight: Sam Alvey versus Marcin Prachnio. I don't know the guys how to pronounce his name.
Polish. Yeah.
Prachnio.
Yeah, I can't pronounce it either. My wife is trying to teach me Polish, and it gets very irked and annoyed. So I figured it's just best not to go.
What's the most romantic thing you can say in Polish?
I know how to say "I love you."
How do you say that?
Kocham się.
What?
I just said what you just want to hear me say it again. Kocham się.
I'm gonna record that and play it back to myself at night, so I feel better about myself.
If I'm telling you that, it's probably not a good thing, but okay.
I need someone to whisper that in my ears when I go to bed.
There you go.
So you care? Don't care.
Smiling Sam Alvey, how low the mighty have fallen against Marcin, which is usually a hometown pick for me. You know, we got to go to home team with the Polish guy. But man, I you know what? I'm gonna. Okay, let's talk about this for 2 seconds. Will the bald one be there cage side or not?
No, I don't think he's at this event. Does he? He might be. I mean, it's in Orlando. He should be there.
Okay, and then we have Anik and Rogan's nowhere in the building. Okay, Jimmy Smith is in the cage if it's not Anik. So all the signs of that, I shouldn't care about this. I mean, I like Smiling Sam Alvey, you know, and he's a Polish fighter, but really, I'm just being generous to say I care, you know. This fight has no fight significance or relevance. It's not like the winner of this fight is coming out into anything special.
Yeah, this is a fight where the winner starts entering maybe relevance because this is a cusp fight. I think the guys, Alvey's, you know, he's had 2 out of 3. I think he lost his last 2 out of 3, so he's not in the mix. But if he wins this, you can start caring. So this is Alvey win, and
except it's event horizon, because if he loses it, he's done. It's not a happy place to be. And it's the most dire and unpleasant of all places to be, given how much you were probably ended up paying him. You know, I mean, you wouldn't believe that people complain about the people they pay. How do I phrase this? People complain about what they pay the people they pay. Have you ever had a boss call you in and complain about how much money he pays you?
Yes, I have had that actually.
Really?
Well, I'm a contractor, so they what are we paying you for? Well, for me to sit on my ass, apparently. Too bad.
you know, in crime terms, if you ever hung around bad guys, the second somebody starts, there's negotiating and there's coming to a deal, and the second somebody starts complaining about money, you have to kill them. There's no way, because they're pre-notifying you of their intent to rip you off. Anyway, we've gotten far afield here. I'm gonna have to say sorry, Sam. I just can't. I can't.
Yeah, sorry.
It's like if you stood up in a bar and challenged some guy and you stood an even chance of losing, and I really liked you, I'd have to look away.
Yeah, it's just sorry. It's not. Next time he wins, I care.
Correct. That's a better way to put it. I can't participate in the sadness.
That's good. That's my whole life. So I'm surprised you're on the show with me. We have a next card. Okay, now we get to the Fox show preliminary card, which makes no sense. The next 8 shows are on Fox, all straight, and yet there's a preliminary and a main card, as if it's different. It's just play the damn thing. But we have a welterweight bout between Killer B, Ben Saunders, and Alan Joubon.
Oh yeah, I care about this.
Joubon. I thought.
Yeah, I care about this. You see, Joubon was like an earlier version of Sage Northbutt. You know, they took his model looks and would try to parlay that guy into something that just never really worked out. You know,
he was a less promoted Roger Huerta.
Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, wow. Talk about fucking dark starred, man. You mentioned that guy's name. I'm like, oh yeah, I love that guy's story. That was, you know, the foster home and beating the guy up who hit the woman outside the bar. And I think he prematurely stepped off. I mean, it's probably better for his health, but I think he thought that Hollywood was coming calling.
He still occasionally fights in Thailand, I guess.
Really?
So I'm not kind of happy with that. I think he should.
All right.
But okay, so I care about this fight.
Yep.
So
who's your pick?
Fuck. Ben Saunders is a friend of the friend of the Bloody Elbow. We can't pick against him, but I got to pick against him because I need to win, and I think Alan's gonna win this. I just damn it, I feel bad. No one tell Ben that I picked against him, but I'm picking against him.
Well, okay, well it's all right because I was gonna pick Joubon anyway.
Oh, I should have probably took Ben because it's only, but never mind. That's
I mean, you know him. I know we share the same spot, but I don't really know the guy, so I can't make a claim of known associate. So I don't feel bad. It's not like I'm gonna have to see him Monday. He's gonna say, "Nice one, Eugene," or "Thanks," you know.
Yeah, I'm picking against him, but I feel very, very bad that I am. If that's any, any I don't know what the hell I'm going with this. Who cares? Next one we got. I lost my page. I don't know what's going. Oh yeah, we got a women's strawweight fight. Angela Hill versus Maryna Moroz.
I care.
Yeah, I do too. Even though it's a borderline, but I guess part of it, the women's divisions are a little shallower, so you know, to get in the mix, you care a little quicker. And so
yeah, somebody was wanting me to have Angela Hill on the Show Stomper, and then she and I were like kind of emailing back and forth. So in general, like a friend of mine who was Undersecretary of Defense under George W. Bush said about me, "You're like a dog. Somebody's nice to you, and you love them forever." And I was like, and yeah, so I'm gonna pick Angela Hill on this one, even though her ground stuff is questionable. You know.
I'm picking Angela Hill too, and partly because in Invicta she dressed up as a member of the gang, the Warriors, and
all right, that's right.
I love that, and I love that movie. So Walter Hill special.
And I'm writing about the New York gangs of the '70s today because they pretty much virtually disappeared. I mean, you have MS-13 in New York, and there was a flirtation with the Crips and the Bloods, but you had 42 gangs in New York in 1977. You know,
I thought there was more, but that's all the cliques, the neighborhood gangs.
Yeah.
What's fascinating? You'll probably get into this, and I find New York fascinating, is how the drug crack trade completely reshaped the gang structure. Because before it was just punks on a street corner, and suddenly owning that street corner let you sell drugs, and it became a business enterprise. Right? Transform the gangs. And you're like, oh shit, I gotta start looking at that. I didn't look at that.
yeah. I mean, you see, I'm taking notes as you're talking, right? You know.
Now, do you get into? I guess are the Westies a gang or a mob?
Nah, the Westies were a mob, and they weren't part of. I mean, these were like the Latin Kings and the Jolly Stompers. These were largely Black and Puerto Rican gangs. So that was the. You ever see Chicago's gangs? They were crazy in the 70s and 80s. Yeah.
They all had the sweaters. They looked like they're out of the Warriors. They all had like the special sweaters they all wore. And that was
I don't remember that. See, for me, I used to have this big speech about loser states. I was like, you got New York and you got California, and who gives a fuck? I mean, maybe Miami is a city, but maybe Florida.
Are you calling us? And when I'm from Minnesota, are you calling us the flyover country? Like we don't matter?
For a long, and then when I came to California for the first time, the second time I came back, I drove across country, and I was like, my God, what a beautiful country. So
that's it. Yeah. Well, actually, everybody should drive cross country in America because it's crazy when you get to the cornfields and you see like 1,000 straight miles of freaking cornfields.
Yeah, Nebraska will make you lose your mind. I mean, the reality of it is, at this point, I've toured and played in like every state except for Alaska and Hawaii. So I've seen them all. It's quite an astounding piece of work we've got here.
So how many bodies were you carrying in your trunk because you're driving cross country?
That's great. They always get stopped by the cops when you're like on the book tour when I'm driving alone, completely out of my mind, right? Because you've been driving alone.
You took out the passenger seat and have the door sealed on that side. And send a message to everybody.
And the cops like get all paranoid, come up to the car with guns drawn, and then they start talking to me. And I sound like Obama nice. They go, oh, they put their guns away. It's like, nah, I shouldn't do that.
You don't know who you're dealing with.
Exactly.
Maybe you do a search of my name on the internet, and you'll see they keep.
That's right. Whatever you do, don't look at the trunk.
That knocking in the trunk, forget about it. Just my muffler. Don't worry about it.
Right.
That's Eugene. What would be your serial killer name? Cross country. I'm trying to think. What Eugene's the kid? What killer are you? You're not the Zodiac. You're not I'm trying to think what would be your modus operandi? Oh, stabbing the same guy over and over again. That's right.
That's what I said. It was a stabbing spree. If I only stab one guy, he's like, yeah, if you come back on different days. So that would be serial stabber.
So that's the
SS. There you go. You got your SS there. You got your
it's like
Schutzstaffel, the Nazi thing right in there. So.
The guy's name's Alan Simpson. It's the Simpson stabber. Every year he stabs freaking Simpson. Poor guy.
Right.
All right. So we're both picking Angela Hill. Let's go. Women's bantamweight. The next fight: Sara McMann versus Marion Reneau.
I got to go with Reneau. I care, and I got to go with Reneau. McMann has just disappointed me too many times. Yeah, she's a gift. She's a gift as far as I'm concerned at this point. She
did go back and she's I don't have faith in her. She was on a big streak. She's getting older. I don't know if she's developed. I'm gonna go with we're picking the same people. I'm gonna go with Reneau.
All right.
Okay, bantamweight fight for the main event of the preliminary card: Barao versus Brian Kelleher.
Whoa, I'm sorry. I'm laughing because Barao has been saying some misty fucking shit like he forgot where he was or who he was. And I mean, he's got, by all rights, he should, man, but the fall from the top is precipitous and it's fast. And, you know, his name is not in any conversation that serious people are having at all. So for him to be talking about his climb to the belt, I don't know, you know, but I care and I'll pick him.
Oh, good. You care. Okay, I'm going with Brian on this. I have no faith in Renan anymore. I think he's on his downward slope of his career. It's always sad for a fighter who didn't make a ton of money that he continues fighting, and he's on his downward slope. So we get now. This is the main card on Fox. So I guess what 5 o'clock Pacific time it comes on.
Yeah.
We got the welterweight. We kick it off.
I thought it was 6, but okay.
No, it's 5 on the Pacific Coast. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Yeah, it's always been 5. Well, maybe this time it's 6. Shit. People check because I don't know. I don't know how to check. The welterweight bout between Mike Perry and Max Griffin.
Nah, I don't care. Mike Perry almost makes me care, but I don't care. If I'm being honest, I don't.
You don't care, huh?
Okay.
I care.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I care. And I'm picking. I mean, Perry says stupid stuff, drives you nuts, but also that makes you kind of care because you're hoping you'll lose when he says stupid stuff.
Yeah, I've seen his act, and I find it wearisome.
Yeah, but he has kind of an interesting backstory, and he's violent as heck. I'll watch Roman Polanski films still. So I'm one of I don't pay attention to the outside the cage. So Mike Perry, yes, I care, and I'm picking him.
Okay, man. Well, I feel okay blanket on this one because if I were going to pick, I would pick Perry, but I just don't care about the matchup.
This is good. Don't pick because this is my chance to take a lead.
To pull ahead, yeah.
I need this. I need this, Eugene.
Yeah.
I really need this.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we got a light heavyweight fight. Ovince St. Preux versus Latifi. Latifi, the bare-chested horse riding
horseback
hero.
riding, yeah. Oh man.
Think what he could have done fighting the Nazis on a horseback.
Yeah. Well, the Poles tried that, man.
Come on. They get a bad people.
I know
that was German propaganda to say that the cavalry charge was just pure Polish stupidity. It was they were doing whatever they could to slow them down. It was
right.
Well, here's a question: why did the Germans lose the war?
Oh, I'd say multi-front wars make it impossible, and they say you've never been able to. Somebody did a study. This guy from the Hoover Institute did a study and said that you've never been able to. It's just sheer mass. A country the size of Germany didn't have deep enough pockets in regards to resources, even with their conquest, to be able to defeat a large nation like Russia and the U.S. It's impossible.
But there's a simple answer. I just was reading. They're Nazis. The Nazis, their ideology just was destined to lose because they were so preoccupied with conspiracy and keeping incompetence in power because of all based on ideology. They were doomed to lose. I mean, you don't keep Goring in charge of not just the Air Force because he's incompetent, but then you put him in charge of the economy and he doesn't know shit about the economy.
Oh man, I love that story when they go to a meeting and he made Hitler do a double take. Why? Because he was wearing a caftan, a turban, and made up medals. He was so deep into the heroin that it was just like crap. And Hitler comes to a meeting, but to his credit, give the guy credit for a lot of things. He just took it in stride. He didn't say, why is Goering wearing a turban and a caftan and made up medals that I've never seen before? Can anybody answer? He didn't ask. Which means to me that they're all fucking high. You go to Ibiza and your friend is dancing on the table with a cardboard cutout of his face on his face, and you don't say anything, you're high too.
What's interesting too about the Goring thing is I remember reading, I can't remember where it was I read, they're talking about the British High Command when they're talking about how to kill the leadership of the Nazis. They almost intentionally they would never discuss killing Goring because that was their best asset.
Yeah,
we gotta leave this.
I think I remember hearing that.
That tells you something. We're better off with this guy in there.
And then didn't he have that kind of he had a bowl of jewels that he would to calm himself down. He would run his hands through. I was like,
it's like the King Mutiny with the balls, but with jewels.
Exactly. These guys were fucking nuts. Absolutely beyond. I mean, you look at their work and you can see, they're crazy, but it's got a lot of purchase on the parts of people who are also crazy. It's like a crazy magnet. So anyway.
Yeah.
So hold on, where were we with this fight thing?
We picked the last guy we picked was Ovince St. Preux versus Latifi.
Oh man, St. Preux is a real major disappointment to me, but he's a really dull fighter. I feel like about him like the way Kid Nate feels about Francis Carmont. I think he underdelivers, and when he delivers in a fashion that makes you feel like he underdelivers. And I like Latifi, man, but I don't think he's got enough to get past Ovince St. Preux. So I care about the fight, and I'm going to pick OSP against my better judgment.
Oh, OSP. Oh, God, this is a toss-up for me. St. Preux, you're right, though. He's kind of, you'd think he'd be a more exciting fighter because he had these finishes earlier in his career. He was I guess he wasn't as refined because he just pound people, but now he's so cautious.
Correct. It's an overabundance of caution that makes him less interesting.
Yeah, he reminds me a little bit of Phil Davis, but without the wrestling chops.
Yeah,
right. Phil's wrestling and athletic, and Ovince is athletic, but he's not. He's not.
Yeah, I was a Phil Mr. Wonderful fan. I liked him. I miss him actually. So
really. But I'll go with to make it interesting. I'll go with Latifi. I think he's going to ride off in the sunset with a win.
And no shirt.
And no shirt. He's gonna run off with Putin.
Okay. I would be happy to have Latifi win. I'm a Latifi fan, but I don't think he can do it. So
yeah, it's a toss-up. So I might as well take the opposite of you. Okay, co-main. Here we go. Women's strawweight. Jessica Andrade versus Tecia Torres.
Oh, I care.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is pretty damn good fight actually. This is legitimately a number one contenders match.
All right, I'll let you make the first pick.
Okay, I'm going with Jessica.
Yeah, I think I was going to do that too.
I went first
because I got that history with Jessica.
Oh, you have a history with Jessica.
Really? I won't talk about it. After just talking about it, now I won't talk about it. No. I'm just a fan.
That's like I have a history with Kerry Russell. I won't talk about it.
A friend of mine had a history with Kerry Wurr. Which, of course, at this point, nobody remembers who Kerry Wurr was or is, I believe she was a VJ on MTV.
But see, I like that idea when you're silent, you can't talk about it. You're so suggestive because I actually worked with Russell on a project years ago. But now if I say I can't talk about it, people can infer, even though it was me basically.
No, it's like that blues song, Sonny Boy Williams said, "Don't start me talking. I'll tell you everything I know." I'm only pull it when I'm only discreet when I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings.
You and Quincy Jones. You gonna do a Quincy Jones interview one of these days?
Oh man, his daughter's put the kibosh on him. I mean, it's like, yeah, he's old. He should be able to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And it's not like he said anything that people didn't know.
Yeah, I think I think one thing he made a mistake on, this everybody's going nuts, is I think he screwed up. I don't think he ever dated Ivanka. I think he's talking about Ivana Trump. I think he confused the two. I just find it hard to believe that 12 years ago when she was like 21, he was dating her when he's in his late 60s.
I know. I went through that too as well. I just
you went through dating phase.
No, I went through that thought process as well. Like I'm fucking who was in his 70s, but whatever, man. Power, money.
Hey, just blow people's minds talking about Richard Pryor. That's all we need to hear. That was great.
See, but people don't understand the context, because anybody who's thinking about this now is thinking about homosexuality under the penumbra of AIDS, right? Yeah. So before homosexuality became co-joined with AIDS, it was just like a thing. They used articles on the cover of like New York Magazine talking about bisexuality chic. There was no real sanction against just trying stuff because you weren't going to get a disease that could kill you. So, I mean, Marlon Brando and Mr. Peepers, Wally, what the fuck was that guy's name? You know who I'm talking about? He played Mr. Peepers on a TV show. Isn't it Wally?
Oh yeah, I can't remember his name.
And him and James Dean, and supposedly him and Paul Newman. It was
I don't buy the Paul Newman at all.
You don't buy that? Yeah.
No, I don't. I just don't. That sometimes when people say like, "Oh, he was gay" or this stuff, it's like you're projecting. You wish that guy was gay. You just wish.
But being gay is very different from having a homosexual contact. I mean, I know a guy who's an actor, and what he told me, he refused to tell me. He told all of our friends but me because he thought I couldn't handle it. And he specifically set out one summer to have a homosexual relationship just because he wanted to, as an actor, I got to know all kinds of experience. I want to know what it's like. And then after the end of the summer, he had this thing, and he wouldn't tell me. He told my friends, they said, well, how was it? He goes, that was a drag. It was like worse than a woman. Like the guy kept calling him and was like getting emotional and getting all this. He's like, fuck, I can't. Women, man, I can't handle it. So
it's like a lot of my ex-girlfriends, they became lesbians afterwards. They just try, which I guess says a lot about me apparently.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but
all the response was, it's the same as a guy. It's just, it's just their pain. They're just as double. I don't buy it. I think guys are worse. Obviously, it's statistics will show guys are terrible, but they're all double crossing and they're they're cheating on you. And I'm like, well, that's just humans. Yep. But I don't mind. Yeah, what's funny is everybody got freaked out. But as a big Richard Pryor fan, I'm like, were you guys not paying attention? He was pretty open that he was, bisexual. He was,
and what do you think? He used to hang out with Paul Mooney because they like sports. Come on.
Yeah. I was like, he was way. I mean, I don't know if you ever see the in Hollywood they had one of the first gay defense money charity events to try to equal rights for gay people in Hollywood, the Hollywood Bowl. And he just blasted them there. He was open about, having gay sex, but then he was ripping in the audience for racism. It was like a famous meltdown. I don't know if a meltdown as much as a strict talking to the rich community in LA about their priorities. But you guys you're not paying attention. He was, anyways. Where the fuck are we? I keep losing my page. Oh yeah, okay. So that's the co-main, and I'm picking Jessica. You're picking who?
Jessica.
Okay, shit. Okay, you should really pick Torres.
I can't. I don't have a history with Torres. So.
Okay, featherweight, Josh Emmett versus Jeremy Stevens.
How about this? I don't fucking care.
You don't care, really?
No, I don't give a fuck. Come on, you honestly care? Do you honestly care?
Well, sort of, because they're pushing Emmett. This is I guess I've kind of bought into the Emmett hype they're doing. So it's a terrible Fox main event. Wow. This is, which I don't get is, okay, their last pay-per-view bombed with Rockhold and Yoel Romero just absolutely bombed, and it sold like 100,000 pay-per-views. They get more from Fox than they do from that. Why not move that onto Fox and get some decent ratings?
Yeah.
I don't, it makes no sense to put this kind of stuff.
Because you look at it and keep in mind, because this shit is on Fox, how many hours of commercials for Hungry Hunter and Red Lobster and Taco Bell am I going to have to endure to get to this? I really got to say, one of the D-man was texting me. He's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to sacrifice? Are you going to sacrifice your Saturday for this? Are you going to do that? I don't know, man. I have to. It's got to be informed by, who the fuck is this guy? That's that dude's claim to fame, and the rest of it is hype machine. Hype machine enough for what? Joe to show up? No. The Baldwin to show up? No. They're not showing up. Why the fuck should I show up?
Well, I like the thing you're missing here is, as Kevin Iole wrote an article this week, that Stevens is the next big thing. It might be the next big thing in the UFC. It's like you think we would have noticed over his 10-year career already that he would have made it as a huge star, but apparently now at the twilight of his career, he's going to hit it big because being on a Fox show that no one wants. I don't want to be mean, but that's an absurd premise.
What is Kevin thinking? I don't know.
We should call him.
Yeah.
Kevin, what do you think?
We should call him at 3 a.m. because I find you get the best responses from people when you call at 3 a.m.
3 a.m. is, either it's going to be a booty call or someone died, and so it's like so you feel you have to answer it because you're like, shit, I can use this, or you're terrified, and at the same time you're terrified. So
I turn that phone off. Bad news can wait till I open my eyes.
My parents are elderly, so I got to have something on. So man, it's amazing. I haven't puked once on the show, and I am with the sick. See that, Nate? I'm sick, and I'm here doing it. Okay, you're not picking. I'm going to take Josh Emmett. I'm picking him. KO.
Okay.
So that's that card.
All right.
That's it. That's a card.
So we have the people who were betting. I have 6 cares and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cares. I think somebody won that. I think somebody said that you would have 8 cares.
Wow, I saw most picks. I think it was me having less cares than you. That you.
Oh, really?
More,
Oh, okay. I didn't pay attention to how many cares they thought I would have. So,
yeah, because you don't care what they think.
Because I can't pay attention to their picks because it might affect the outcome. I might try to tilt it. So I didn't really pay that closely. I thought you had more, but all right. So there you go.
All right. So we care about this card. It's going to bomb in the ratings, but it's got some enjoyable fights for people that follow MMA.
Well, how many fights total are on the card?
Oh God, I have so many now. I think let's see, there's 8 in the main. There's got to be 12 fights total.
So if I care about 6, I got a 50% care rate.
Well, I care about everything from the Fox when it switches over to Fox. All 8 fights I care about. So that's 8 hours of watching, knowing how much they're going to space it out. So I'll be stuck there all day watching this.
Yeah.
They got to speed this shit up.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to make the claim that people around you care about you. I gotta sit for this thing for fucking 6 hours. No.
All right, so that's I guess we have leave it on the channel. We got coming up. I guess we had the vivisection yesterday. You guys got your show. If I did it, and if the shoe fits,
we got the show stomper.
I was going to pitch the show stomper. You don't let me.
Okay, because that comes first technically. That's on. I know,
but I was trying to get my head clear of the video. And then on Sunday, not on Bloody Elbow, but Sunday on Patreon, Eugene's got a show stomper where he'll probably insult me again. You know, even though I get the accolades I deserve, but still.
I insult so many people so often. I just lose track. You know.
Yeah. You had and people should check out the article you wrote about Linda Blair that no one freaking read apparently, which is about the Born Innocent, where he misquotes me, but he gave me a better quote, so I'm not upset.
I got everybody's a critic here. It's on Aussie.com. What I forget what the headline. Oh, the sexploitation, the worst kind, or something like that. I think sexploitation wasn't the title. So
yeah. I wonder if people are going to be downloading, trying to search for streaming services that show Born Innocent. The
original version. The original version. Yeah.
See the version I played the first night before everybody freaked out and called.
I was watching that. I was fucking like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't see the original. I saw the rebroadcast when they edited it out.
Yeah.
And then later in the early 80s, when I was a teenager, I saw the uncut version, which is still pretty
it was all distasteful, man. It was like one of those things. It's like I stayed in a hotel, went down to some IBJJF competition in Long Beach. I stayed in this hotel called the Arlington, and it was like terrible from the outset. Like everything about it was terrible. Like the exterior was terrible. Checking in was terrible. The signs about no drugs and prostitution, the 2-inch plexiglass that it was dirty and smeared with whatever God knows what, that you had to slip your card under and get to the room. It was like everything. And that's what it was, prevailingly terrible from beginning to end, except Linda Blair was actually great. So.
She was good. Yeah, the whole point of it obviously was to indulge in the it was to get people off. They're pretending, oh, this is socially relevant, really, but really we want to see girls get abused in girls' school.
Yeah. It was like all the early porn were actually health videos, instructional videos, you know.
It kind of, when I first started in Hollywood in the 90s, I worked as just a low peon at Roger Corman's studio, Concord. And we tried to pitch. We were trying to trick with working. Some people were trying to trick the head guys. Corman kind of stepped up, and other guys were producing to do a women in prison series. But our idea was we're going to trick them because they're going to be all excited. Oh, women in prison, they'll be hot in the shower, and but we'll cast and do it like 100% real.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be
heavy set 50-year-old women, and
yeah.
dealing with their drug addiction. We're like, we can do a like trick, and we thought we were gonna pull it off, and then they're like, then they decided that those movies don't sell. They couldn't come up with the poster. That's how it works. Damn it. Anyways, so again, what do we have to? Oh, the channel. Just leave it on the channel. Monetize it for Nate, so you can keep everybody afloat. We got Eugene. We already said. We got Zane Simon with a bunch of shit.
Zane, yeah.
He's got the 6th round probably this weekend with Mercado. Those two. We can watch their sexual tension develop during the whole episode. We got Connor Rubish. I got me and Zane will have another episode of Cinema. So and that's that. I don't know. Oh, thumbs up.
And then Tuesday it's if I did it, if the shoes fit, and then another care don't care next week. But anyway, and then go down below and click the thumbs up thing. See, there's the thumbs up.
Yeah, and I'll have a show money next week. So that's it. I just got to find the button to stop this because I'm losing it because I'm sick. Right. So here we go.